Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have a different type of video for you today because, as you can read from the title, some shit went down. Now, I want to start by saying that I'm not banned off of Fortnite. Like, I didn't cheat, I didn't break any epic terms of service, I didn't do anything wrong. However, the title is not clickbait, as I am actually banned from playing tournaments at this moment in time. Why always me, man? So, for some background, Fortnite, and specifically competitive Fortnite, has a huge cheating problem. You guys have most likely experienced this yourselves if you've played any sort of tournament recently. It's honestly rare to go an entire event without running into one person cheating, and as of the last few seasons, it has become a major issue. Epic has tried to fix this. They've been improving their anti-cheat and making it harder for cheaters to do what they do, but unfortunately, cheaters are a lot more advanced nowadays, as the hardware they have is pretty much undetectable by Epic. Therefore, to help combat these cheaters, which again, I am not a cheater, you will see how I get tied into this in a moment, but as sort of a final effort to stop these players from cheating in their tournaments, because like I said, the anti-cheat doesn't stand a chance anymore, Epic announced a new strict account requirement for all players that want to compete in Fortnite tournaments. What they said is that in addition to needing an account level of at least 350, you'll also need to have participated in at least 14 different tournaments within the last 180 days. If you do not have this, then you cannot compete in any tournament with a prize pool, including the FNCS Trial, aka the Placement Cup, FNCS Divisional Cups, Solo Cash Cups, and of course, FNCS itself. Now, when I first saw this, I knew I was kind of in trouble because, as you guys should know from watching all of my videos, I don't play in many Cash Cups because 99% of the time, I am coaching other people in them. To make things even worse though, there also wasn't an FNCS last season, so the one big tournament I always play every season and get prepared for, it just didn't exist in the last season of Chapter 5 as there was the global LAN instead. Still, I had hope because even though my Fortnite tracker said I have only played 5 different tournaments in the last 180 days, Epic gave me a way out. You see, in the replies of the tweet they put up, they said that playing multiple regions of the same tournament in the same day, that counts as separate events towards the 14 tournament total. I was saved! All I had to do was play 6 different regions of the upcoming PlayStation Cup, as well as maybe one ranked cup, and I, as well as anyone else facing this problem, would be able to bring up my total tournaments from 3, which yes, was 5, but now is 3, bring it up past the 14 tournament threshold, and I would do it right in time for the FNCS Trial, aka the most important tournament of the season. Outside of FNCS Major 1, obviously. Alright, so why am I making this video then? Well, it is because in typical Epic Games fashion, you know, Epic loves screwing me over. They went ahead and updated that requirement and completely ruined any chance I have at competing. Just one day after the original rules they put out were public, Epic tweeted again that they further updated their requirements on tournament eligibility. They still made it 14 tournaments in the last 180 days, however they clarified that only round 1 counts as a tournament, so me playing FNCS round 2 and round 3 would not count anymore. That's why my tournament total went down from 5 to 3, but then on top of that, playing multiple regions of the same tournament on the same day now does not count as separate tournaments. So remember how Epic literally replied to someone one day before this and said yes, they could queue up for the PlayStation Cup on every region and all those events would count towards the 14? Well guys, guess what? They fucking lied. So because of this updated eligibility requirement, where now I can no longer just get my total amount of tournaments up really quickly by playing every region of a cup, my season is basically over. And yes guys, I know I can still play ranked cups and OG cups, those both count towards the 14 tournament total. However, I have already missed the FNCS Trial, aka the Placement Cup, and by the time I actually meet the 14 tournament total requirement, it is already going to be too late for FNCS Major 1, and that's if I can even find a trio.
But Jerian, you're a washed boomer anyways. You weren't qualifying for FNCS.
Well, little Timmy, you are probably right, but what you gotta realize is that it's not just me who is affected. Any player that has taken a break recently or just struggled to find teammates in the past, they, like me, will also not be able to play in any cash tournaments until they meet the 14 tournament total requirement. In fact, there are actually a bunch of returning pro players like Kiriachi who, mind you, he won won FNCS trios back in the day, and they are banned from playing tournaments just like I am because of this requirement. And just thinking about this all now, guys, there are gonna be a bunch of people watching this, like maybe even you yourself. I am pointing at you. There are people that don't even realize they won't be able to compete in any tournaments this season because there hasn't been a solo cash cup yet. What I suggest you guys do is go onto Fortnite and go to your compete tab. If you're a high enough rank to compete in these tournaments and you still have all of these with the lock sign, basically meaning you can't compete in them, then that means you are banned for playing tournaments like I am, as you most likely don't have 4 different events played in the last 180 days. You got screwed like I did. Now, in a perfect world, the solution is that the anti-cheat works properly, and Epic doesn't need to enforce these insanely strict account requirements for everyone who wants to compete in tournaments. Remember guys, the only reason Epic made these drastic changes, which unfortunately exclude a lot of people, including myself, from competing, is because of the huge cheating problem they have. The anti-cheat isn't catching enough of them, so rather than trying to improve the anti-cheat, which they probably are doing behind closed doors, but it's not damn good enough, Epic's short-term fix is to apply a band-aid solution and basically extremely limit who can actually compete in tournaments. But like, come on, is there really no other way? Let me know your situation down below, but I have been competing in Fortnite tournaments for over 4 years. I have over 150 different events played on my Fortnite tracker. I max out the battle pass every season, and I'm almost like account level 6,000, yet I literally cannot compete in FNCS or any cash cups this season because I chose to coach people last one. That's kind of crazy, right? Like, I don't expect Epic to see this and then go ahead and change it only for me. Obviously, that wouldn't be fair if Epic favored my situation only because I have a big following. Meanwhile, all of you guys who also got banned, you would still be screwed over. But is there really no other way to go about this than the 14 total tournament requirement in the last 180 days? I think maybe like 100 plus events lifetime, or maybe 2 years of actively playing tournaments. Those should also get you in the door. Do you guys agree? I don't really know, but from my point of view, this shit sucks ass. Realistically, yes, I should have gone and played more tournaments. If I would have known beforehand, then obviously, yeah, I would have queued up for every solo cash cup, even if I was coaching someone at the same time. But then again, Epic also didn't do anyone any favors. Like I said before, Epic did not host an FNCS last season, which I know a lot of people always come back and play. I always play FNCS, and I'll usually play other duo cash cups to prepare for it, but because no FNCS, I didn't play any of them. Plus, the other main tournaments they offered that weren't solo cups that I was coaching were the reload cash cups, but if any of you guys played in those reload tournaments were literally infested with cheaters. The entire top 20 that earned were people cheating, so not only were they not fun to play, but I couldn't even make content out of them. Cheaters ruin everything! So yeah, boys and girls, I hope this doesn't come off as too complainy because I've honestly accepted the changes that Epic has made, and I understand why they made them, but I just felt like you guys deserved an explanation for why I won't be competing in any tournaments soon. I literally can't, I am banned from them, and maybe if you also can't compete, then I hopefully helped explain the situation and also gave you a solution by playing the ranked and OG cups for how you can meet the 14 tournament total requirement and go about competing in the future. I'm still screwed though, so make sure to drop a like, subscribe, use code JERIAN, and even though I have been banned from competing in tournaments at this point in time, I will not be giving up. I will be grinding every ranked cup to meet the requirement, and I promise you all, I will be back. Fuck cheaters!